Every senior developer will tell you, prefer composition over inheritance. But nobody explains why. So you do what everyone does. You open YouTube, watch a few videos, and every single one hits you with the same animal to dog example that has absolutely nothing to do with the code you write every day. So today, we're doing it differently. We're going to build a real system with inheritance, watch it completely fall apart when one new requirement drops, and then rebuild it with composition, so you finally get why it matters. Before we jump in, a quick shout out to the newest members of the channel. Your support genuinely means a lot and helps make videos like this possible. Alright, let's get into it. Both composition and inheritance are trying to solve the exact same problem, code reuse. You've written some logic, it works, and now you need that same logic in another place. Do you copy-paste it? No, you find a way to share it. Inheritance and composition are just two different strategies for doing that. Let's start with inheritance. Inheritance is when you have a class that already does something useful and you create a child class that extends it, basically saying, I'm everything you are plus a little more. Let's say we're building an order processing system. We have a base order class. This order class handles the core stuff. It stores the order ID, the list of items, the total. It knows how to calculate the total and generate an invoice. But how the order actually gets delivered depends on the shipping method. Ground shipping works differently from air shipping, works differently from international freight. So we make ship and track abstract and create subclasses. Standard order ships via ground courier and tracks through the courier API. Express order books next day air. International order handles freight and customs paperwork. Each subclass implements its own version of ship and track, but they all get calculate total and generate invoice for free. So when our app creates a standard order or an express order, we can call calculate total on both of them, and the right ship method gets called automatically. This works great, but then a new requirement comes in. We need to support digital orders now, software licenses, ebooks, that kind of thing. So we need an order for products that aren't physical at all. There's no box to pack, no courier to call, no tracking number to generate. The customer just gets a download link in their email. So we create digital order and extend order, and right here things start smelling. We're forced to implement ship even though there's nothing to physically ship. The best we can do is pretend sending a download link is shipping, but it's not. It's a completely different operation. And track? You can't track a download. All we can do is throw an exception. We're implementing a method just to say, don't call this. Okay, fine, we can fix this. We'll restructure. We pull ship and track out of the base order class and create a middle layer called physical order that contains those methods. Then standard order, express order, and international order extend physical order, while digital order extends order directly. But now we've broken everyone who is referencing the original order class, expecting it to have a ship method. We've forced a refactor across the entire codebase. And this is what makes inheritance fragile. Every time you put behavior into a parent class, you're making a prediction about what all future children will have in common. When you wrote abstract void ship in order, you were predicting that every order would need to be shipped. That prediction was true for standard, express, and international. Then digital orders arrived and proved it wrong. The moment those assumptions stop being true, the hierarchy starts fighting you. Now you're restructuring parent classes, introducing intermediate layers, and refactoring code that was perfectly happy before. Think of it like this. Inheritance is like building a toy by gluing parts together. Everything is fused. The wheels, the body, the engine, all one solid piece. Looks great, until you realize you need a version without an engine. Now you need a hacksaw. Change is the enemy of inheritance hierarchies. You design what feels like the perfect class tree today, and 6 months later, one new requirement blows it apart. So what's the alternative? Composition. And here's the thing, you've already been doing it. Composition isn't some fancy pattern, it's just using objects. Instead of saying, I am a thing, you say, I have a thing. Let's rebuild our order system with composition. First, strip the order class down to what it truly is, just data. No abstract methods, no assumptions about how it gets delivered. It just represents an order in memory. Now, shipping is a separate concern, so we make separate classes for that. Ground shipper handles ground courier delivery, air shipper books next day air, freight shipper takes care of international freight and customs. Instead of the shipper being an order, it takes an order. The order is passed in as a parameter. Now, when our digital order requirement comes in, easy. We create a digital delivery class with a single method, deliver. It generates a download link and emails it to the customer. No ship method, no track method, no exceptions to throw, no parent class to restructure. We just created a new class. Nobody else was affected. And now the consumer can mix and match. Want to ship a physical product and also send a digital license key with the same order? Just use both. Call groundshipper.ship, then call digitaldelivery.deliver. Done. Another part of the app could do something totally different. Ship via air, skip the invoice, whatever. Each piece is independent. You compose the behavior you need for your specific use case. Think of it like Lego. Each brick is its own thing. You snap them together however you want. Need to change the engine on your spaceship? Pop it out, click in a new one. Now, inheritance isn't just about code reuse. It quietly gives you something else: abstraction. The ability for code to use a thing without knowing exactly which thing it is. In our old inheritance-based system, our app could store a reference to the parent class order, and it didn't matter whether it was actually a standard order or an express order under the hood. The parent class formed a natural contract. Every order will have at least these methods, so the service could treat all orders the same. But with composition, we don't have a parent class anymore. Our shippers are independent classes. So how do we get that abstraction back? This is where interfaces come in. An interface is a lightweight contract. It doesn't carry any code or variables. It just says, if you implement me, you promise to have these methods. So we create an interface called delivery method with a single method, deliver. Now our ground shipper, air shipper, and digital delivery all implement delivery method. And our service can work with the interface instead of a concrete class. Same abstraction without the baggage. With inheritance, the parent shares everything by default, every field, every method. That makes it powerful but also expensive to change. Interfaces are the opposite. They define only the contract, nothing more. They're minimal, lightweight, and you can slap them onto any existing class without restructuring your world. And now that we have this clean interface, we can actually lift the creation of the delivery method out of our service entirely. Instead of the service deciding which delivery method to use, we just pass it in from the outside. The service says, I don't care how you deliver orders, just give me something that can. There's actually a name for what we just did: dependency injection. You pass in the thing you depend on rather than creating it yourself. That's it. No magic framework, just handing in an interface. I'll do a full video on dependency injection, but if you've heard the term and wondered what it was, now you know. Now, I'm not going to tell you inheritance is evil. Some people will. I won't. But I will say, I rarely use it in my own code. Composition isn't perfect either. You end up writing more boilerplate. You need to initialize all your collaborating objects. Sometimes you create wrapper methods that just forward a call to an internal object. It can feel verbose. But ultimately, composition reduces the coupling between your objects. Less coupling means less friction when things change. And things always change. That said, inheritance can still make sense in specific cases. If you're working inside a framework that expects it, like extending activity in Android or creating custom exceptions in Java. Or if you have highly repetitive code where many classes need the same boilerplate and only override one small thing. But even then, design the parent class to be inherited. Keep most things private or final. Don't let child classes directly access parent variables the way we avoid making variables public. Create a clean, explicit API for what's meant to be overridden. If you leave everything open, some child class will reach into the parent's internals, and 6 months later, you'll change the parent and break things you didn't even know existed. So bottom line, when in doubt, compose. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing. Drop a comment if you've ever been burned by a deep inheritance chain. I want to hear the horror stories. See you in the next one.